Lords and Ladies, welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. In the last episode, we found Embla, our missing party, our missing childhood friend, and now we're having to basically take care of all of their stuff. So let's take this off. Manage party. Because if I recall correctly, she's a guild mage, yeah. Yeah, guild magos. Guild magos. Okay. So. You can have that. Have the boots. Have the ring. Got that for diplomacy. Okay. You're not really good at fighting, are you? Embla is level 14. So it's basically your default mage build. Okay. Trying to remember what we did with the previous one. Okay. Okay, I think it was these ones we went down. Magic focus. We picked summon vermin. We did magic missile. Yeah, and still breath. Wasn't a hit, vitality. So what did you have stat-wise? So you were maxed out there, and there, with 3 points into there and 2 points into Earth. Okay. Didn't go Arcane Rush, Stindo Spellburn, didn't go Mass Cascade. Increased attunement, so it's okay. Okay. Okay, so what's that? And then That. So I like the setup we had. And then full down on that. Okay. Those two work. Blink. Mark of haste. Yeah. And purge invisibility or binding bolt might be good to have. Okay. Spell magic. Lightning strike. Okay. He hasn't got a weapon, so you can't use a lot. So I'll give you the dagger, so you can have that as a backup. Armor-wise, you can't use a lot, can you? No. I don't think they can wear light armor even. Crafting's 11, so she's still our best crafter. She's our best crafter. Law is good. Diplomacy, not so much. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't have a lamp, which is problematic. I can always find a lamp. There's enough lamps floating about that we can find some. Okay. So in the last episode we covered our childhood friend, and now we're trying to basically scrounge together enough monies to, well, get ourselves out of the situation. Who's got the best? Multiplier, cell multiplier. Ironically, it's him. Okay, so let's... I mean, he hasn't got a lot of things that we want. I mean, the Great Hammer is nice, but it's expensive. So you can't use anything besides maybe a shield. Dodge +3, large shield, okay. A wool pallet actually be pretty good to have. Okay, so she gets us the best price for it. So you can't wield any armor. I mean, the Masterwork Great Hammer of Fire would be nice. A bit more damage. Small amount of extra fire damage caused per hit. Yeah, we've got to grab it. We need to start tooling up, really. So you've basically just got thing of accuracy +2 to hit, which is fine for hitting stuff. But I think it is time we give you an actual better tool for the job. You can have a little dagger. So what is the difference? Not a lot, okay. Okay, so that... We haven't got a ton of money, to be honest, but there's not a lot we want to buy. Okay. Wrong screen. Finding an alchemist shop would be the best. Okay, we need to make some tonics of vitality. That's crafting. Yeah. And ones for making these as well. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we got some supplies. He gave us the job. Is there anybody else around here that we've missed? Let's talk. Moderate attunement. Yeah, I better buy some. Those situations where we really need to pop the magic out. Okay. Okay. I think we've been everywhere in the town now. Okay, so we can't go down here. I really don't want to slug it out getting all the way back into the Undercity to go and visit the Thieves Guild, because that's just a pain. Okay. Let's go and do the Shrine of Presence. That should be fairly straightforward to do. How do I get... Oh, he's in here. We'll take a lamp. Helmet of Healing. What has C got on? Helmet increases the user's awareness and spell attribute by 1. Nah, I mean that's better, really. Accuracy hammer. Yeah, don't really need it. Baked Oscars, rations. Buy one of those. So he always has a lamp. Okay, boots athletics, hat of defense, a wide brim felt hat that is quite stylish, protection, but we offer the protection. I mean that might be useful actually. Element of agility, ring of crafting. Thievery, law, stealth. Okay. So what have we got set up? She's got the coif of stealth. He actually hasn't got a helmet on. She's got that for diplomacy. Okay. But the encumbrance is nasty. And it's not really to a stat he's great in either. Okay. Find something that has soak on it. Encumbrance measure. Okay, armor affects that. Awareness, headgear affects awareness, which allows us to notice things. His awareness is free. So she's actually our best awareness character, so we can actually get that helmet. I mean, Tribute, stealth, thievery, critical chance, initiative, range to hit, and dodge. And what is his dodge like? It's not great. Let's buy the helmet. It's better than what he's running about with. Okay. Yeah, awareness took a hit, a big hit. But dodge went up. The initiative went up as well. Initiative would have gone up as well, yeah. Just being able to dodge stuff is useful. Talk to the blacksmith, gone to the pub. Okay. Only other thing left to do is go up here where the creepy child is. That leads out into there. I haven't got the stairs. Okay. That's the gatehouse. Okay, so we've pretty much done everything. Travelling along Northcross Road, you notice a young man standing at the side of the road. His tattered robes, bald head, and a healthy pallor remind you of a Magos. Though this boy is surely too young. He follows you passing. An idyllic smile draped over his bland face. Can I help you? You say. We have come, he stops for a long moment, thinks, to beg for aid. Our master is missing down below, and we are not allowed to enter and search for him. Please, something is wrong. We know it. A note of agitation bordering on panic creeps into his voice. Suddenly he stops, coughs slightly, and then smiles again. Bloody drool runs down his chin along with one of the man's teeth. Are you alright? Yes, yes. I've never felt better. The man seems taken aback by the question. Please, it is my master who needs help. Darianus' eyes narrow as he grabs one of the hands with a skilled touch of a healer. No, you're not well at all, she mumbles to herself. Healing versus 10. Let me take a good look at you. Let me take a look at you nonetheless. Yep, there we go. From his skin and nails, his jaundiced eyes are missing teeth. The young man's condition is perplexing. Some of these symptoms are similar to those suffered by magi upon exposure to strong magics over time, but this is far too severe, especially considering the man's young age. It's as if he's quite literally falling apart in front of your eyes. Strangest of all, it appears as if the man is oblivious to his condition. So what is this about your master then? We beseech you, traveller, travel to Iliel, seek out the Tower of Ash, find us there, and learn of our master's fate. But please, time is of the essence, and for each second you tarry, hope fades. The words flow as if rehearsed, and then, as he speaks the last words, he lets out a deep sigh and sits down on the ground. Iliel, the town of Ash. His eyes are glassy in distance. We beseech you, traveller, to Iriel. Travel to Iriel, seek out the Tower of Ash, find us there. He repeats before his voice trails off. Fool's mind is gone. It will be food for the crows come nightfall, and it will be a mercy, Roland mumbles. I just got to sit there, you say? The man rolls over on his side, eyes staring stiffly ahead. Though still appears to be alive, no prodding or prompting raises any kind of response from him. There appears to be nothing more you can do for this lost soul save consider his request. Not sure what to make of this, you mutter. Embla strokes her chin. The scent of the reticulum is about this. I would wager much that this master he speaks of is a sorcerer of sorts, a magos even, though time is against us. Another magos could be a powerful ally in our path to Gradla. Takes us past Iril in any case. I say we should at least investigate this further. Perhaps. Let's be on our way for now. Wandering spell merchant approaches. Okay, see what he's got. Anything that particularly stands out? Some spells. Okay, so what's this? Mark of blurring, mark of lethargy, blink. Okay. I mean, slow is not bad. Mark of blurring gives blurred. Target self. I don't want it to be self. I want it to be someone else. Target the character themselves. Because these are basically buff spells. Nah, not really worth it. Lesser Restoration, Hammer of Light, Sublime Protection, Moderate Lay on Hands. I mean, that actually might be a good one to have. Hammer of Light spell. Yeah. Okay. So they should have the Hammer of Light, yeah. And Sublime Protection. Very good. Shouldn't be anybody left at the camp. And this is the altar. Ancient weathered imperial waste shrine stands before you. Despite its remote location, you suspect it's still occasionally used. Pray at the shrine. You kneel by the waste shrine and begin to recite the pilgrim's prayer. You successfully complete the ritual. Cain gains the ability Blessing of Presence. Okay. Abilities. Passive. Maneuvers. Deep cut. Thanks. +1 presence, passive ability. Oh, that's cool. So everyone gets presence up, which actually is pretty important for anyone who's doing stuff like that. So yeah, so getting diplomacy up, willpower up. Willpower up is good for her. Okay. That's done. west coast of Gradual, east of Edge. The shrine can be found on island directly east of Idra. So probably the intelligence one is the one I want to hit next, which is directly east of Idra. Okay. Let's sneak away. Yeah. Just don't want to waste resources on them. Let's get here. Huge sea cave created by eons of seas of relentless attacks on the rock. Okay, let's enter. Okay. Salutations. I apologise if I appear a bit unpreoccupied. There's much to do, much to be done. Let's set sail. Music to my ears. We are ready then when you are. Just know that you must finish your business here in the sea caves before we go, leaving no belongings behind or errand undone. My men and I will block off the last entrance to hide the sanctuary from would-be intruders and Imperial scum. I mean, we've only got a couple of things to finish anyway. When I shall give the orders, my crew and I will maneuver the maiden out into the open waters and await you there. Board when you are ready, and then maybe sail towards our doom if we are certain sailing towards great adventure. The Weather Maiden is expertly guided out of the sea cave, and now lies at anchor awaiting your arrival. Okay. While sailing on the overland map, make camp button changes appearance. Clicking it to explore the ship you're currently on. Ooh. While on the ship, it's possible to rest and reorganize, cook, craft items, and even do some limited bartering. There may also be a character to talk to. When you're done interacting with the ship and the crew, interact with the ship's helm to go back to the overlay map. Zara expertly mans the helm while keeping a steady eye on the horizon. She appears to be revel in the fact that she's back at sea, and sees you, she lets out a howl of joy. By all the blind maidens, it is good to feel the wind on my face again. This is the good life then. Wind behind, and adventure in front. Ah yes, aha. In the meantime, I have some questions. I need to see the captain. He's around here somewhere. Have you tried his cabin below? If he's not there now, just keep checking in and out and you'll run into him eventually. I need to rest. Not to worry, we set aside a cabin for you down below next to the captain's quarters. Feel free to rest there and store any items you may wish to. I can assure you they'll be safe there. I have some questions. Is there a place to cook food? There's an oven going over on the forecastle where you can cook your meals. Before you ask, the forecastle is at the front of the ship. Okay, so he's the merchant. Willpower helmets, defense. Okay. Round Shield of Law. So it's gonna be too big for anyone to use, I think. Medium shield, yeah. Okay. Sell that to get a bit of extra cash. We can come here and cook. Eggs and bacon, farmless omelettes, fish stew, rations. Salted fish is probably something we could do. I mean, but we've got a lot of food as is. Let's get that done. Don't need to do that. I'd rather use it up. Okay. Okay. One moment, folks. Right here. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay, so we've got crafting bench, storage locker. Captain's quarters. Okay. How do we get back to the world? Idiot. I have a feeling we can get off the ship. As I was being an idiot. Okay. Oh no, it's the helm, isn't it? Okay, we need to go on the helm. Okay. Ship's alive, nervous energy as the crew scuttles back like pieces of some well-crafted machinery. Your journey is bound to be fraught with danger, but little doubt it will be back to sea as done the crew well. The true to its idiom, Igo swings in on a rope in a dramatic fashion, landing elegantly next to you. It is good to feel the wind on our faces, no? We are about to leave the fjord, and from there we may set our course north towards Gradul. Glad to hear it. The Leviathan is no doubt stalking us, so we must be careful from here on. We must keep to the coastal waters and pray to the Median, but our speed keeps us safe. Nonetheless, we must take precaution. For now, I have posted double lookouts. I've been manning the helm myself. I trust we are in the best of hands. Indeed, you are, Kane. Come see me in my quarters below later if you wish to talk further. Igo bows and leaves. It is out there, I feel it. You turn to see Embla standing behind you. Leviathan, it hungers. What is it? I suspect the Deep Ones called it here, though who is the master and who is the servant I cannot tell. It is certainly older than them. You owe me answers, Embla. Idra is behind us, and I need to know why we're risking our lives on this foolish errand. I do, and now is as good a time as any. Embla takes you below deck, and you find a small corner in the hold that is as close to privacy as can be found on the cramped vessel. He takes a deep breath, as if about to plunge into freezing water, and begins to talk. 2 years ago, I was, let's say, put on trial, the trail of a rumour that an expedition had been mounted to the Outer Isles, more accurately to the island north of Idra by the name of Gradla. It is a cold, barren place, but it's allegedly the location of an ancient monastery referred to as the Black Priory. The Black Priory? Though you never heard the name before, it echoes in your mind as of stirring old memories. The site was built a full age into the past, and for millennia it has stayed unnoticed and far removed from the affairs of the Empire. So much so, in fact, that it's virtually passed out of historical record centuries ago. No small feat in an empire built on the backs of its archivists and record keepers. Indeed. And thus it would have remained if it wasn't for the boundless ambition of a group of powerful men known as the Cabal. I don't know who it was that whispered in their ear, but something convinced them that the Black Priory was not forgotten. It was willfully expunged. Why? Not for the monastery itself, but what was said to lie underneath it. Embla grasps her wrist and leans in. Her voice drops ever so slightly. The monks built the priory to guard something, a grave, an ancient tomb from the earliest days of the Empire. And if the Priory's existence was truly lost to history, it means that at some point the very Empire itself must have aided in the conspiracy of silence. But who could be buried there to warrant such extreme measures? I cannot tell you exactly how I know this, but I have not a single shred of doubt. What lies buried under the Priory is the corpse of a Magos Emperor. Not only that, but must be one of the first and oldest of the line. It can't be. It can, and it is. Not all the corpses of the first emperors can be accounted for, and the interment in the eternal veil did not begin until centuries after Galeon's ascension. The Cabal knew it to be true, and as do I. Their expedition arrived at the island of Gradla a few months ago. I suspect they breached the tombs underneath the temple a few weeks later. Whatever they found, its reticular reverberations were powerful enough to throw all of the Outer Isles into madness. And now we are sailing into that heart of madness, you counter. It is calling out to me. I feel it in every ounce of my being. Unfortunately, I'm not the only one to hear the call. Like sharks drawn to blood in the water, other things are drawn to it as well. Things from outside. What are you talking about, you say? Embla swallows hard and her voice drops to a whisper. The dragon. It's awakening, and its 7 eyes are fixed on the Outer Isles, on the Black Priory. The nearby lantern flickers. Crawling tendrils of madness stretch greedily towards the Priory. It hungers for the holy corpse, and if it reaches it... Embla halts and for a moment struggles to control her breathing. You know I'm right. You can feel it in your guts. There is no outer path. There's no other path out of the Outer Isles except that which leads to the Black Priory and the secrets it holds. Embla slumps and sighs. She looks exhausted, and for a moment you see her as the quiet and aloof youngling you once knew. I have more questions. What if it's the corpse of an emperor? Okay, let's go with that one. When powerful magi pass, their corpses retain much of their reticular attunement. Emperors are amongst the most powerful of all magi, and needless to say, their corpses are a source of great power. It's not without reason the imperial corpses of the it's not without reason that the imperial corpses of the eternity veil are guarded so jealously by the speculatics, an imperial religious order tasked with carrying the dead. But an emperor buried on Gradla? It sounds incredible, but as I said before, there are corpses from the earlier dynasties that have been lost to history. There were emperors that were prescribed by the Magi. It may indeed be a corpse of one of those forgotten emperors that had been found on Gradla. But there's more. I'm almost afraid to ask. Latter-day emperors are but a shadow of the rulers of old in terms of power. If this is truly an emperor of the Pomeranian dynasty, it has lain understood for all these millennia. The power contained within would be immense, enough to remake the emperor itself or topple it utterly. Powerful enough to render reality itself? So it seems. My belief is that the conjunction is caused directly by discovery of the Holy Corpse. Its raw power has drawn the attention of that which lingers in darkness, and now its tentacles are slowly closing in around us. For a moment you think you hear crude chanting in the darkness, but it must be your mind. How do you fit into all of this? Embla sighs and picks her nails thoughtfully. The corpse buried beneath the priory, it calls out to me. I cannot tell you exactly when it began, but the beckoning intensified greatly once the tomb seals were broken. Now it's almost unbearable, and it's growing stronger by the day. But why you? There are things I'm not ready to talk about, things from my past, from when we were young together. What I will say is that I sense certain things that are hidden to most other people. Some Magi see them too, but I think that, unlike them, I was born with this ability. I believe this is why the corpse calls out to me. I'm not sure I understand. To be honest, I'm not sure I understand it myself. What I do know is that the calling I feel is real. Reaching the Priory before the region succumbs to the conjunction is critical. In fact, I fear the survival of the entire Empire hangs on it. Tell me about the Cabal. The rise of the Cabal is the surest sign that the power of the Magi empires is waning. Even a decade ago, such consolidation of powers into lay hands would be unthinkable. The Cabal is shrouded in secrecy and will go to great lengths to keep it that way. what few rumours I have heard claim that certain lay nobles and freelenders, basically banks, are primary amongst their ranks, men and women of great wealth and even greater ambition. I cannot tell you what their ultimate design is, but these people are not amateurs to power. They no doubt realise what lies beneath the Priory and impact recovery will have on the course of the Empire. I also believe that if they were to achieve their end goal, it would spell disaster for us all. Have more questions? Cabal. What more do you can tell me about the Cabal? Okay, so no, that's fine. Do we stand a chance of rescuing the people who were taken from Horen? No, I suspect they're already dead, or worse. You lied to Marcus? Would you rather I was blunt with him, as I am to you? Better they have a sliver of hope. There are still trials ahead for Marcus and Heronites, and it would do them no good to face it with a broken heart. Enough for the day, we shall talk later. Embla leans back and massages her temples. Yes, I am here for you when you need to talk, but I agree. Let's say it's enough for the day. She stands up slowly. I'm going to go lie down. Sip travel does not agree with me. Okay. Back to the ship. We are going to put a cut in here, folks, as we sail out into open waters. And I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Skald against Black Priory. And I shall see you again next time. Goodbye.